Have you ever stumbled across a video that is so strange and bizarre that it just sticks with you for days or months or years? That happened to me last year, and it led me down a very interesting rabbit hole. This is the first, commentary type of video that I've done, so bear with me, okay? I don't really know what I'm doing. And also, I'm gonna be looking over here off the screen because I'm reading something, okay? I have an outline, so just hang tight while I do that. This video is one that I probably would have made regardless of my niche, which I haven't found yet, because it's interesting and it's something that I have been looking into for a while, and I just want to talk about it because it's funny and it's weird and it's cool, and I think people maybe want to hear about it. So I could be wrong on this, but I have not found another person on YouTube or the internet, well, another person on YouTube who's made a video talking about this person. So maybe I'm the first. If I'm not, then I guess I'm the second or the third or something. But anyway, this is just a really interesting topic, and I think a lot of people will probably be interested in hearing about it or learning about it. So in late 2024, I was scrolling on YouTube and I found this video that was a cringe compilation. So, you know, a bunch of videos compiled together that are supposed to make you cringe. And this particular video, I think, was uploaded by Sir Cringe. I don't know for sure. I think it was, which is like the biggest cringe compilation YouTube channel around. And I think this video was like Try Not to Cringe Extreme Edition or something like that. Like it's supposed to be really cringy. And the first video in that compilation was interesting, we'll just say that. It was this video of this kid singing about unicorns, and I loved it. I thought it was freaking hilarious, and I was like, what is this? Like, what is this? You know, who is this kid? Is he still making videos? Like, what is this? So the first thing I did was look on YouTube to try to find the original video, and I was able to find a re-uploaded version of the full video. So the video starts with this girl named Emily coming into this basement, the Unicorn Kingdom Club headquarters, and she's met by this guy, kid, young man, whatever you want to call him, who is presumably the leader or some kind of member of the Unicorn Kingdom Club. And he's talking to her about, all the activities I do and all this stuff about the club. Anyway, it leads to him saying the song, the theme song of the Unicorn Kingdom Club, and it's amazing. I love it. It makes you scratch your head, but it's definitely funny.
This is the Unicorn Kingdom Club. Here you will see just what you can be. And if you're feeling down, just come around and we'll turn that frown upside down. Just you wait, and unicorns are everywhere, prancing through forest, prancing through air. And if you get lucky, then maybe you'll see the mythical creature in the unicorn secret. Unicorns are everywhere, inside of our dreams, right over there. Come now, let's go for a ride in my unicorn. Just close your eyes and grab onto the horn. We will go, come on now, it's easy and fun. Just sign right here and bam, you're done. Congratulations, Miss Emily, you are the first inductee into the Unicorn Kingdom Club.
So according to the re-upload title, this was called the Unicorn Kingdom Club by Nuglah, who was not the person uploading this video on YouTube at the time, because this was a re-upload, and the description of one of the videos said that it was a re-upload. So I went on this channel, which actually there are two channels who have re-uploaded this video, and they actually had quite a few videos from this YouTuber named Nuglah. And I started watching his videos. I'm like, these are actually really funny in kind of like a zany, weird, bizarre type of way, you know what I mean? But apparently this YouTuber had been kind of popular back in the day, and he had since deleted his channel. So I was curious as to who this was. Was he making videos somewhere else under a different name? And why did he delete his channel? I was like, why? You know, his videos were pretty funny. Also, judging by the comments in the videos underneath the re-uploaded videos, a lot of people actually were wondering the same thing. Where did he go? Who was this? What was he doing now? And why did he stop making videos? And so that really piqued my curiosity, because there are a lot of people who seem to really like his content, and they also seem to be big fans back in the day. They were coming back to kind of like reminisce about this creator. I was like, where did he go? And why are all these people missing him? Like, did he just disappear? It really piqued my curiosity. The videos that were re-uploaded on these channels consisted of titles such as Basement, The Unicorn's Prophecy, The Unicorn Kingdom Club, Legend of the Unicorn Kingdom, Legend of the Unicorn Kingdom 2, Unicorns Are Real, A Hopscotch to Remember, The Barefoot Contessa, The Dashing and the Devious, Cassandra Crumbrow, and Fergalicious, as well as this one, which I'm not going to say the title of because I don't want this video to get age restricted, and both of the re-uploaded versions of that song are age restricted. So I'm assuming the reason is because of the title, and I'm not going to say it, so there you go. This also does seem to be his most well-known song, and then also Basement is also really popular as well, which I think personally is his best song. So my next step in trying to figure out who this person was looking on Google, just googling their name. So I just googled something like Nuglah YouTube channel, and one of the first websites that came up was the Last FM page, which Last FM is a website that's for like music artists. You can look at lyrics and stuff like that. And I found a biography section on Nuglah, and so I'm gonna read that. Known predominantly for his Unicorn Kingdom Club YouTube videos, Nuglah started writing and producing music and music videos in January 2008. Most of his songs contain comedy elements, often mixing the mundane garden gnomes with the magical unicorns. His music is R&B influenced and produced from his basement, which also happens to be the Unicorn Kingdom Club HQ. I think that's a pretty good description of him. This was uploaded in January of 2008. As I continued to scroll on the internet, specifically Google, I came across a lot of Reddit posts about him. So whether it was people just talking about him or reminiscing, or people re-uploading his videos to Reddit, I found a lot of people in the comments of these talking about, just asking where he went, talking about his influence and what they remember about watching his videos. And I think the biggest thing was just like, where did he go? What happened to him? Nobody knows what happened to him. And it was really weird. I was like, what happened to this kid? I was so curious, and I still am so curious. And the one thing that I was able to take away was that a lot of people really liked him and really miss him. Like, most people in the comments were talking about how much they want him to come back, how much they want just to know like how he's doing, and how much they miss his YouTube videos and his channel and all of that. On one of these posts on Reddit, someone commented saying, "I miss this guy so much. I remember reading he went on to make videos with Leslie Gem Sweaters Hall." And I was like, okay, that's a big clue. So was he collaborating with Leslie Hall? For those of you who don't know who she is, Leslie Hall is also a internet personality slash comedian. She does a lot of funny songs and videos online. And so I looked her up and tried to find something that would connect Nuglah to her. Lo and behold, I found an article from wired.com about Leslie Hall, and scrolling through the article, I found a paragraph that just was like, oh my goodness, like this is it. This is what I need to know. So here it is. Hall's hallmark internet hilarity is contagious. The video for Drop a Gem was written and directed by Casey Jellison, a 16-year-old whose hilarious YouTube video, The Unicorn Kingdom Club, was recently featured on G4's Attack of the Show. Unfortunately, that episode is lost media, at least partially. Hall and Jellison filmed Drop a Gem in his Quincy, Illinois basement after getting permission from his mom. Okay, so that's interesting, right? Now, I was really curious about this Drop a Gem music video because I could not find anything on YouTube about this. Now, there is an audio version of the song, you can listen to the song, but there is no video. And so I googled it, and according to Wikipedia, the song was never released, or the music video was never released. So I don't know if it was like on the internet at some point and then taken down. It sounds like, according to this article, that it was finished, or at least it was being produced at the time of writing this article, but for some reason it was never uploaded. So unfortunately that does not exist online, at least not that I can find. So my next course of action was to look on the Wayback Machine, specifically on YouTube archives. And this was actually where I got a lot of information from, and I found Nuglah's old YouTube channel, which was really interesting, and I scrolled through all the comments, and I'll talk about that later in the video, but it was really interesting to look at, and he had quite a bit of popularity back in the day. I think at the peak he had over 1.6 million total views on his channel, which back then was quite a bit of people watching your videos. And also he had over 8,000 subscribers, at least from what I could see. That was his highest number of subscribers, so 8,000 subscribers, which for like 2012, that was a lot. I mean, he wasn't like a celebrity, but he definitely had a name for himself on YouTube and on the internet. The other thing that I found on the Wayback Machine was his MySpace and Twitter pages, which honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of information on there. That was a plane or something. Anyways, there wasn't a whole lot of information on either of his MySpace or Twitter pages, so I'm not really going to talk about that because I just don't think it's important. Oh, actually, you know what? The one thing that was interesting was he, again, confirmed on Twitter, tweeted that he did collaborate at one time with Leslie Hall. So, again, whatever happened to that video, I don't know. I actually reached out to Leslie Hall and I emailed her and I also DM'd her on Instagram and she didn't respond, so oh well, I guess. I hope maybe someday she'll respond. I'm just really curious, like I want to see this video. But you know what, maybe it's lost forever, I don't know. So for what I could tell on the Internet Archive, his channel was created sometime in 2006 and presumably deleted around 2012, although I can't like pinpoint the date, but 2012 seems to be when he deleted his channel. However, before he deleted his channel, I don't think he had uploaded any videos since like 2009 or 2010, so it had been a few years since he had actually uploaded a video. He had been active online, but he hadn't actually like uploaded new content. Back then, if you remember, you could comment on people's YouTube channels, like not under their videos, but like on their channel page. And so many people were commenting that they wanted him back, like they were begging him to make a new video, to release a new song, and like it was just kind of interesting. Like he kind of disappeared before he deleted his channel. And there are some comments like on YouTube currently and also Reddit, I think, where people have kind of alluded to that, where he just stopped making videos and then a couple years later he deleted his channel. Again, I'm kind of going off of other people's memories. I don't know the exact timeline of how things happened. So because his channel was deleted, of course there is some lost media. There are some videos that have never been archived. Now there are, I believe, most of his videos, like more than half of his videos, have been archived. However, there are quite a few that haven't, and that is not just because he deleted his channel. They were actually deleted before he deleted his channel, and there are comments backing this up on the Internet Archive. And actually, I'll talk about this in a minute, but he did an interview with a website where he alluded to the fact that he didn't like some of his older videos, which I assume resulted in him deleting them. So some of his like early first videos that he made, unfortunately, probably will never resurface because they are not, he deleted them himself before, like back in like 2009, he deleted those videos off of his channel before he deleted his entire channel. The videos that are lost are Twilight Princess Thief, Justice Lad Episode 1, Justice Lad 2, Ray of Light, Ramen Fun Time Variety Basket, Don't Funk With My Heart, Ovaltine, A Recipe for Disaster, and Mamma Mia. And I believe, and I can't find this comment, this was on the Wayback Machine, somebody commented, and it sounded like at some point he also did a cover or a lip sync of a Britney Spears song, and they were like asking him why he deleted that video. I could not find any like screen caps of that at all, so I don't know. I'm assuming it existed at some point and was one of his early videos, but I couldn't find like an archived link or anything to that video. There are also at least three standalone songs that were specifically uploaded on his MySpace. So these didn't have, to my knowledge, didn't have videos along with them. They were specifically audio only, so just the songs. And these were called Modalas, Lost Unicorn, and Baloney Ocean. Those three, to my knowledge, did not have a video attached to them. So of course, after he deleted his channel, people started speculating what happened. And I found like three main theories as to where he went and what happened to him. One of them, only one person I've seen has talked about, so I'm gonna put this in here because it was on Reddit and I saw it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna talk about that. The first two I'm gonna talk about are not true, and I have kind of proof of that because I'll get to that in a minute. So the first theory is that he is actually Cole Escola, which, if you don't know who Cole Escola is, he's an actor who I believe back in the day, when kind of the same time period that Nuglah was making videos, Cole was also making skit type videos as well. So I do kind of understand why someone would confuse them maybe. Also, an interesting thing that I came across on the Internet Archive, Cole actually commented on Nuglah's channel at one point. So I don't know if they were like friends, maybe they just watched each other's videos, I don't know. But I thought that was interesting, but they're not the same person. The other theory that actually a lot of people have talked about, and I don't know if it's a joke or not, maybe some people are trolling, but I just think it's a little dumb, is that Nuglah is actually Jack's Films. Again, it's not true. And Jack's Films was making videos at the same time as Nuglah, again, back in the day. They were different people. They're not the same person. Like, let's just put that to bed, okay? They're not the same person. They were not born in the same place. They're not from the same family. They don't have the same name. They're not the same person. I don't know how how else to say that. They're just not the same person. So the third theory that I think is the best and makes the most sense is that he was just struggling mentally and deleted his channel. And the reason for that could be something personal, it could be something we don't know about, but I think also he was probably getting some mean comments. Actually, let me say that again. He was getting mean comments on his videos. The Wayback Machine has archived some of those comments, and some of them are very nasty and rude and hurtful, and I can imagine that took a toll on him. And I think that makes the most sense, that he just reached a point where he didn't want to make videos anymore because he knew that there are so many nasty people out there commenting rude things on his videos. To me, that makes sense. It could have been something else. It could have been something personal that we don't know about. To be honest, it's none of our business if it is something personal. But I think that makes the most sense, that he was just struggling. He's a kid, you know. Maybe he was embarrassed of his old videos, like he deleted his channel, you know. And that's kind of his business too. Like, I'm not making this video to try to find out exactly what happened. I mean, I'm curious, but if he doesn't want to talk about it, and he has not come back on the internet publicly for like, what is it, 13 years, then I think that it's safe to assume that he doesn't want to talk about it, and I'm not gonna push that. Like, I don't see a purpose in pushing that, especially when it could be something personal that he doesn't want shared with the entire internet. The other thing I want to say, kind of in the same vein, is that I don't want people to try to find him. Okay, if you're watching this video and like, oh, I'm gonna go contact him, or I'm gonna try to find his phone number, or I'm gonna go to his house and knock on his door, don't do that, please. Like, don't reach out to him. That's not what I'm trying to do with this video. Honestly, if we never know what happens to him, that's okay, because that's his business. He might not want people to ask those questions and to know. And so be respectful, please, of him and his family and anyone that he might have known. Like, just don't harass. It's okay to ask questions in general, and maybe, you know, even speculate about things, but don't go to those people specifically. Don't try to find him or his family, you know, or maybe his like close friend or something. Don't try to do that, and don't harass them. Don't call them, don't text them, don't message them on social media, don't go to their house. Don't do that. Like, that's weird, it's creepy, and it's not what anyone should be doing. So something that I said I'd talk about earlier on in the video was this interview. Now, this was really interesting. This was like the most interesting thing I found, and I think I found this on Reddit. Someone had linked it. It is now not online anymore, so it is on the Internet Archive, and also my blog, because I have a blog, and I'm linking all of these articles and everything down below, so everyone can read for themselves and see what I found. But this interview was done by a website called gay.com, and I think it was done, let me see, it was done in 2009, and it is so interesting because it's just about him, Nuglah, and it's about him talking about himself and his personal life, I guess, what he likes, inspiration for his music, what he plans to do, and it's just a really interesting read, and it's a little sad, I think, because he had big dreams. He wanted to be a celebrity, and he wanted to start by being an internet celebrity, and I don't know, maybe he's someone we don't know about and he's like really famous now, but I don't think so. Like, I haven't been able to find anything about this guy, and currently, like current day, and I just hope that he's doing well, because he had huge, big, amazing dreams, and he wanted to be famous, and maybe he realized that's not actually what he wanted, you know. In this interview, he was only 19, which I'm 19 too, so, you know, your plans definitely change as you get older, and you might realize, you know what, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be famous. But I don't know, I just hope that he's able to continue being creative and amazing and expressing himself through comedy and music and whatever else he likes. But it talks about his affinity to unicorns and how he originally got into unicorns. He was a fan of My Little Pony as a little kid, and that's why he loves unicorns. And he talked about his inspiration for some of the songs that he wrote. He talked a little bit about his family and his friends, and it's just interesting. Like, I think it's a really interesting read, and it gives insight into him as a human being, you know. And I think that's kind of like the only thing like that we have online about him, because most of it is just people in the comments talking about how they remember him in his videos, but he's kind of acting in his videos. So this is like the only thing we have where it's just him talking about himself, and I think that's really, really cool. The reason why I was so interested with his content and his videos in the first place was because I really love his sense of humor and his style of comedy. Like, I think it's really funny, and I know it's not for everyone, and some people might find it weird, they might find it cringe, you know, but it's just funny to me, and I think to a lot of other people, and it's zany and it's weird, and honestly I think it was ahead of his time, and he was talented. Like, the songs that he wrote, they're so clever and funny, and I'm like, I wish we knew more, and I wish that we had more of the, you know, the other songs that he produced, because we only have like 3 songs, the rest are skits. But I really liked his music as well. I just thought it was really funny, really creative, and it really inspired me too, because I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm a very creative person, and so I'm trying to figure out ways to branch out and do things that I guess are in a different vein than what I'm used to as far as creating content. And his videos really inspired me to do comedy and funnier things. I'm not necessarily a funny person, but I like to do goofy stuff and just kind of make people scratch their heads, and his videos definitely do that, and it inspired me to be more like him. The last thing that I want to say is directly to you, Casey, if you're watching this video. I hope that you have been able to create and express your artistic ability throughout the years since you left YouTube. I really hope that, and I hope you have an awesome life. Like, I really do. I wish the best for you, and I really hope that you know that a lot of people really, really miss you. And if you ever feel so inclined to get back online and just give us an update about what has gone on in your life and where you are now, a lot of people would be really happy to hear from you. I would be really happy to hear from you, and you're an inspiration to a lot of people, and you bring smiles to a lot of people's face, and I hope you know that, and I hope you remember that, and I just hope you're doing really, really well. I also hope you still love unicorns, because personally I think that's pretty important. Also, yes, he had a Zazzle, so I ordered a shirt because why not? Also linked below. Get your Unicorn Kingdom Club t-shirt. There's also another design that says "Kiss Me, I'm a Unicorn," which I thought about getting, but I liked this one better. So yeah, make sure you buy a shirt. They're really cute and comfy. And with that, that's kind of all I have to say about this. Again, don't reach out to anyone mentioned in the video, please. Don't be weird. Just don't be creepy, don't be weird. Be respectful. And if anyone has comments that they'd like to share, comment them down below. Tell me about your memories of Nuglah. Have you heard of him before? Did you used to watch him back in the glory days of YouTube? Is this your first time hearing about him? Comment those down below. I'd love to hear. I'm sorry this was kind of like a non-conclusive video, meaning that we kind of don't know where he went. It wasn't really meant to solve a mystery. It was just meant to bring light to something that I think some people would want to hear. And also sorry that my camera quality is kind of bad, and I seem a little disjointed, because I am. I didn't finish my script, so I was going off script a little bit, but that's okay. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe maybe if you'd like, although maybe you don't want to do that. I post some weird stuff. But anyway, have a great day, continue to be magical, love unicorns, and join the Unicorn Kingdom Club.